Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. Here's a channeled message from Noah about how he built what we know nowadays, the Noah Ark, about the life mission and what exactly happened when he was building it and when he went through the whole journey. Just before I give you, literally, I wrote down word by word when he came to me. I want to say something. Every week I go on my Patreon community, and in the morning I sit down in a meditation and I ask who wants to be channeled, what kind of message that soul awareness has. And he is a very strong male energy coming to me and directly starts speaking without me knowing who I'm talking to, literally. And he talks super fast, by the way. And here's him, me not knowing who I'm talking to. And he starts showing me directly. He put me in this kind of vision where it was like super dark room and everything around was made of wood by tree trunks. So the floor was wooden floor, wooden walls, wooden ceiling, and then it's like a huge, huge room around with a wall between that room, and then I could see there is another room, and then there's another room, like three, one after the other, with huge gates in between, with like massive doors in between, and this smell of freshly cut tree trunks, and like super dark, and I could see light, but from a very far end, as they were still building the whole ship, the whole ark. And I, like, he was like, do you see what I see? This is what I was having as visions. I'll give it the words right in a second, but he was like, can you see that? Can you smell that? Like, the smell was like forest, like freshly cut trees. And then he was kept saying, this is what I was seeing at the beginning. These were all my visions. This is all I knew about what I'm doing. So here are the words. He said, I was struggling a lot because at the beginning, I only had a lot of struggles to understand what God wants from me. And I only had a fade and flashes of images where they were coming to me and I couldn't put them all together. I couldn't understand what exactly God, he was referring to God and light, time to time. He was mixing those two. He was saying, oh, I couldn't understand what exactly I was asked to do. And I only had flashes and fade. And I was struggling a lot. So yet the flashes were becoming stronger as my fate was growing, and I started following the crumbs, the puzzle pieces. I didn't know what I'm building, and I didn't know this is gonna be an arc at the end. All I knew is that I had to get a lot of tree trunks and build those rooms. And he kept showing me those rooms as I could see that arc only from inside. I could see only the rooms made of wood, trees, with the wooden doors between the sections, the floor and the ceilings from tree trunks. That is the reality. And reality didn't change. When you follow what God and your soul is telling you, you never know. And at the beginning, you will never know what you're building and what for. Even when the ship was built, the more I was following the instructions, literally, I was following the next steps from the instructions. They, referring to God and the light and his soul, they were giving me more. So I was start understanding that I am building an ark. But what for? I only knew that this is the right place to build that ark in the field close to the forest, and it's the right time, and I had to hurry up. I was constantly reminded to hurry up. So, dear all, number one, have faith. Have faith and follow. You will feel blind, but the more you follow, the more you're going to see the big picture. For me, that was to build an ark. Number two, being scared and still follow. When animals start coming, I got scared. I got scared for my family. I got scared that animals coming here eat each other with all the animals that coming on board. What will happen when all of them are going to start eating each other and my family? I didn't know what's going to happen. Number three, belief. What so big is happening? When I was understanding that this is the end of the world, I felt even more scared and blessed that I was chosen. It was a huge responsibility on my own shoulders. Me to save the world, the one to save all animals and the humanity from dying. I only had to keep having my fate. How big indeed can be my fate, knowing all that, meaning the world is ending, and realizing what that arc is for. The fate and the fear always get together. Number four, follow the pieces and follow the messages. When me and my wife were told what to use to put all animals to sleep, yet another piece fall in the puzzle. So follow the pieces and follow the messages. I wasn't different from all of you. I was too scared. And when fear was all in me, I was putting that fear in the hands of God, the one that is much bigger than me. So follow even blindly all the messages from God, from the light. At some point, you're going to see what it's all about. What you call nowadays life mission is going to appear in front of you once you build it. Not when you start, not when you're building it, but when you finish the build. And then you're going to understand what you did. Don't wait to see it before that. That was literally, he was like, you need to write down this. So I was writing really fast, but let me just go back and give you even more details. When he was saying number two, I was so scared and I still had to follow. He was showing me how the arc was almost done. I have goosebumps. The arc was almost done. They were building basically the top floor, which was basically for the small animals and birds and his family. And he was literally showing me all the big animals coming and start going inside the ark. And he was like, I was so scared. I was shit scared, basically, for my family and for all the animals. What is the point to save the world if all these animals are going to eat each other? And then he was showing me at that time when he was building the ark and animals are going in. He said, the realization of being blessed that I was the one chosen, and all the responsibility on my own shoulders, like me, really. So showing me after this how his wife also starts seeing different flashes as of what his wife needs to do as he was busy building the ark. His wife had to literally walk for miles and pick different herbs and what to do with the different herbs and which herb is for those animals, these herbs are for these animals. Some of them you need to boil them and give it to them as like water. Some of them you need to burn them, so the smell, the smell from the burning herbs is gonna put them to sleep. He was showing me all that, like he was showing me the whole work, and then he was basically saying like the whole message about life mission. Once you build it, your life mission is gonna appear once you build it, not when you start, not when you're building it, but when you finish the build, you're gonna understand what you did. Don't wait to see it before that. That was a huge wow for me. And I never actually thought about that, how the human Noah was building something huge to save as much as possible from what is about to happen, and how he felt. And yeah, if you want, go back, really know his message. It's super powerful. But the 4 steps, I'm going to give it to them as not 4 steps, but I would say like 4 takeaways. It was super strong. The number 1, have faith and follow. The number 2, being scared and still follow. The number 3, being scared but also realize you're the blessed one, the chosen one. So believe, number 3. And number 4, follow the pieces, follow the messages. It's pretty much the same message throughout all these 4 takeaways. But yeah, that's his message, the message from Noah, how he built the Noah's Ark, and how exactly we take life mission nowadays as something huge and trying to see big picture before we start getting and following the pieces of the puzzle. I love you. I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of energy wherever you are around this beautiful world. I know that I don't post a lot of videos here. And I don't want to be one of those people who is like, oh, because it's Wednesday and I need to post every week, etc. I want to post videos when I really feel inspired, but also something super, super important to share with you, as that message from Noah. I love you. Have an amazing, amazing day wherever you are around this beautiful world.